life at full speed, there's no pacing. Midwest lifestyle, Ohio grudge racing. Taking home the money wide open on that open road. It's full throttle since the baby bottle, baby. This is all I know. And overload, tires roll. Tell them I want all the smoke. Slow pokes will choke in my rear view. Adios, run your car, knock them out. Put your money where your motor is. Heavy hitters, dream killers, kill shot. Hold them still, told them chill. We on fire. Life is lit with rocket fuel. Stop it, fool. Blue collared outlaws, who think you talking to? Winning attitude all on the line, and we ain't about to lose. Beat the brake pads off, knock your car off out the shoes, line them out, chalk them up, underdogs on top again. Never say die, we from Columbus, so we gotta win. Hard working, fast running outlaws, the street racing. All your dreams is in my tail lights, you can keep chasing.
What's up, everybody? Man. What up, Mr. Engel Racing on YouTube? Boy, we got some MacGyver shit going on today. We had a big storm blow through. Got no power, so I got my truck running outside with an inverter hooked up to it and extension cords running all over the place to get the computers going and get the internet going and all that stuff. You know, had to get that Rooster's rocket fuel, man, so I could do this, right, Troy? You know, normally we're here on Mondays, but Dig or Die kicked my ass. So we couldn't get it in yesterday. And then today, this damn storm. This is like the live feed that never wanted to happen. I don't know what's going on, but here we are. How's everybody been doing this week so far? Good, I hope. Man, I got a ton of pictures and videos to post up from Dig or Die. It's just too much to go through to get out and just crank it out quick and easy, like, you know what I mean? Oh, they say the power ought to be back on here in the next hour or so, Josh. I have a big ass generator. But they said the power would be back on before the live feed, so I didn't really worry about it till the last about 10 minutes before we going live. I'm like, shit, what can we do? So everybody scrambled. Girls got my back, and we all scrambled in different directions and made it happen. Nah, the AC's still decent. It ain't gone away yet. The chill that was in the house before the power went off. But yeah, Dig or Die, man. I don't know. There's a lot of controversy and whatever for all that shit. I don't care about none of that. If there was ever a perfect race, I ain't been to it. There's always something that's happened. So I know there was some badass racing going on, some badass cars on one of the trickiest, shittiest, slipperiest surfaces around down there at Rockingham. What's up, Ryan? How you doing, buddy? Some of the fastest cars on small tires, big tires from around the world. The real deal street racers out there. It was a good time, and you know, I'm gonna start. I gotta get these pictures together and get them out there, and I got a bunch of video to put out there, but just sucks having a day job. I need to hit the lottery so I can do this full time or something. So in the meantime, my shit's slow. I know people are getting their stuff out there, and that's awesome. There's a lot of awesome people there taking pictures and videos. So we'll have some stuff out soon too. Uh, I don't know. We're gonna bring Mike on here in just a minute, man, and he can give you guys all the updates. You know, he's got all the info, and that's what we're gonna do. I just want to recap some stuff real quick. Couple things too. Huge shout out to Box Performance. Stepped up. You know, we probably about a month ago we reached out looking for media partners to help support us. You know, these trips are expensive. This equipment and stuff we're acquiring is expensive, and it's just hard to give you guys quality content um, without some of the newest cutting edge technology. Well, closer to the newest, I should say, than what we had before. Um, so Box Performance was one of the first people to step up and help us out with that. So, you know, we want to give them a shout out, and you'll see some stuff, some feature stuff from us on about Box Performance and their company and their race team soon. As a result, you know, it's part of the program. Any businesses out there interested in partnering with us to help us grow and you know, be able to bring everybody better content, feel free to PM me. We're definitely looking for as much help as we can get, and I'll tell you what it's about. You know, I think we got several options to choose from, and we got a really good program. I'm so damn tired of hearing about these ants. Oh man, if I never hear about fire ants in North Carolina again, it'd be too soon. But you know, reach out if you're interested. We got some killer programs and opportunities available, and we'd love to talk to you guys about that. Also, you'll notice on our page that we have supporting members button now, and also for the live feed, they got this gold feature. Facebook has these gold coins that you can use to help support the channel. You know, anybody that's interested in that, it's real easy to participate in, and we certainly, again, we appreciate it. Traveling all over the place, even when it's close to home, it still costs money to get there and all that stuff. So we definitely appreciate any support. And on that gold coin thing, the first they give you, I think they give you a couple hundred, 300, 400, 500 for free, which puts money in our bank account to help us. So if nothing else, get that free gold coins and send them our way. It don't cost you a penny. You don't have to give them no personal information to get them, and it helps us out. What up, Robert? So yeah, a couple of things we got going on. Last week, Dig or Die, phenomenal race. Long, some badass street racing, track racing. They definitely got some, you know, they got a little bit of a learning curve going on there, man. It was a huge ass race, and as someone who's put on races, I sympathize that the learning curve is stressful and painful sometimes. So hopefully they made, you know, they made some lists, and next one will be bigger, better, and more improved. I'll make a. Oh, there you go. Michelle said. Michelle put it up there. This 200 free coins or stars. So you can collect 200 free stars and then just send them our way in the comment section. And it, like I said, that's money in the bank for us. Doesn't cost you anything but a few seconds of your time. And also, though, as far as Facebook goes, that helps get us higher in their viewable rankings for other things um, that help the channel. So we appreciate all the help and support everybody gives us. But we'll just get to the meat and potatoes of things because we got Mike on standby here, and I already see some questions about Milan, and you know the we I love that track. I love that event. Mike does a hell of a job. Um, some of the baddest racing in this region. Um, even if he is from Michigan, man, go Bucks. But we'll still call him family. uh, but it's always a great time, man, and I enjoy seeing what that's evolved from originally to what it is now, and just going up there and observing, I've learned a lot from Mike and how to run a race. So I think that's when we did our backwards race. Part of the reason why it went pretty smooth was because even though he didn't really know it, he was we were up there observing and learning, and he was kind of mentoring us without knowing. Uh, so I know quite a few of you that are on here are going, and I know there's people who aren't on here that are going, and it's always a great time. Everybody can agree, but we'll bring Mike on, and he can tell you more about it than I could ever imagine, and you guys could ask him the questions and get to know Mike. So,
Yo,
what up, Mike?
can you hear me loud and clear? No echoing or
I
anything?
can hear. Can you hear us? I can hear you.
Yeah. I don't know how to where I can make it where I can see comments.
Should be able to just tap the screen that you're viewing, and it should be able
I
to,
got it
kind
down
of
the
like
bottom.
what Facebook does, yeah, and then bring you up the comments down towards the bottom there. But if not, when we're
So it's got a box for it. It's got a
yeah,
box for it, but I can't see anything. It says I can send a message. So if there is some comments, you
I
just have
can
to
I
relay them
can
to
put
me.
them up on the screen. Um, Give us the just to get it going. Give us the generic salesman. Sell it to us, brother. Tell us what's going on, when it is, what it is, and how it's working.
So August 28th, this Friday, Milan Dragway at the back end of the track. Uh, Matt Rice will be on the flashlight as always. It's pour your own puddle. We prefer no water. Pour a prep. It's to your advantage. Um, we got small tire, big tire, hard tire, a street bike class, and a Harley class. There's test and tune in between rounds to keep stuff moving. $20 for spectators. Kids 12 and under are free. $50 for a tech card. So if you are planning on taking anything down the track, that goes to the track. Set price, always been that, always will stay that. What else we got going on? I don't think there's any. There's a lot of new cars coming out this time. A lot of Michigan new cars, I should say. So, Bad Boy Racing, I think they got 3 cars. You guys know them, Bobby Lazo, Bobby Burton, them guys. They're bringing 3 cars that I've seen on the street. I've seen one on the street. Um, 2 of the other ones I have not. So it should be a good time to see. It's always fun to see new cars. That's what's great about doing this. It's not you do have the same cars, but you don't always have the same exact cars, and you rarely ever see the same pairings.
Right. And you can see the same car there at every race, and it's a different car on the track every time. So one day it's one race
Yeah.
it's fast as
Yep.
hell and unbeatable,
Yeah.
and the next race, and the next race they're not having that good of a day.
Yeah. And we've been on the we cleaned the back end of Milan. Thursday they'll be out there. There'll be any chunks of rubber, anything that's there. We wash the surface, so we're not. It's not necessary. You can't scrape anything because nothing. There's nothing to scrape back there on the asphalt. You'll just tear the asphalt up. So they wash the surface every time, kind of to even the playing field. Um, no tune-up from last month should not work at this month. It's just we we try to make it even every time. A lot of people say the left lane's better than the right lane. Well, the past 2 pour your own puddles, the left lane has been the winner. Wasn't the same winner. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, racers always got superstitions and voodoos and theories.
yeah, I mean it does determine. I mean, you get people out there um, that are they're doing 8th mile burnouts in the right lane or in the left lane. It's gonna One's gonna be a little bit better than the other. But most racers race the surface anyway, so a lot of these guys know what they're doing. Um, a lot of people think they can come out and just get down the surface, and they can't. You get 60 feet and then just white smoke the tires. I don't care how fast you are, you have to know what you're doing. 90% of these guys that are winning, they're racing every weekend, maybe multiple times a week, non-prep surfaces. They know what they're doing. Um, I've seen more wrecks at the big end or at the front side of the track than I have at the big end. I think we've had 2 accidents, and I think I ran more events in 1 year than most promoters do over a couple of years. We do it every month. I think the only other people that do it like that is Streetcar Brawl. They run an event every month. Um, so it's worked out pretty well for us. It did start off slow. First one was pretty big. They started growing, started getting more racers. Ohio's been a huge support as to bringing racers. Ohio, Indiana, um, Michigan guys. They're Michigan guys. They race on the street, but when it came to coming to pour your own puddle, it was hit and miss. And then they would come and then they'd spin and not, I guess, not go out and test for the surface or do what they needed to do as other states were doing. But Michigan's pretty strong. They're coming. They're coming pretty strong. They go rounds. Even some of the slower cars that I see run on the street in Michigan are going rounds now at pour your own puddle. So
Well, you know as well as I do, it's not the fastest car in that game. It's the fastest one that get down the track. And I know guys who are
exactly.
like, man, I'm just going to put a 650 in it, and they just rock it. They just sail down there like it's no
Yep.
big deal. Um, and I saw a lot of that this weekend down at Rockingham. Guys are just pouring the power on there. This one guy in particular, Ohio guy, who's really good at reading the surface, and he's like, man, I'm just going to throw a blah 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 in there, and damned if he wasn't the fastest looking card. Maybe not necessarily was the fastest one to make a pass, but didn't smoke the tire at all first round, and was the fastest looking car of the day up to that point. So it's
I couldn't.
those are the guys
I
I
couldn't.
appreciate.
What they run? Was there 140 cars?
I think it ended up being 130. So it was
I couldn't imagine running 130 cart. Well, the time frame that we start, we start later in the evening as the sun starts to go down. So there's no way possible we could run that many cars. But I just, was catching live feeds and stuff like that. I liked it. It was cool the way that, it was just like what we do. So it's always interesting to watch that. Um, but I couldn't imagine running that many cars. One class. It was one class, right?
They had Friday they had the street class and the big tire, and then Saturday they had stick shift and small tire. So the stick shift kind of was like the filler in between small tire, but it's just a lot of car. You know how hard it is to get the cars to the lanes and all that jazz and orchestrate it. Uh,
Yeah.
so I don't envy those guys at all for that. And when I saw what was going on, I offered to pitch in, and I said, "Man, I'll whatever you need help for, I'll help you." Uh, they
Yeah,
ended up
it really
needing.
takes it really takes it's everybody's like with me having Matt and then my guys, you got Mike Myers that does the jump cam at the line, cleans up messes at our races. Tony and Vontae are running around shooting video, pictures, and then you guys got your guys that come up, Josh, they take pictures. It's a whole team effort. It's not just one person. We had an idea, we did it, and it takes everybody to make this stuff. If everybody pitched in just a little part at an event, it helps out. I don't care if it's from walking by and you see a pop bottle on the ground, you pick it up, put it into the trash. It's a whole the event is made by everybody, from the fans, the spectators. Um, this time we got a couple sponsors that jumped on board. We took on 6 sponsors. I didn't take on sponsors this year for the reason that the COVID, I didn't want to not be able to produce for a sponsor. So with the COVID deal, I didn't want to do anything. And then I said, you know what? Maybe let me try something new. Let me try taking sponsors for every month. That'll give smaller companies a chance to pay a smaller fee, still put money on top of the pot, and we can get locals out or whoever. Hughes jumped on board, which was awesome. Um, we got an asphalt company, CB Asphalt. We got a mobile detail company, Menards. Who else did we get on board? Can't think of off the top of my head. Jimmy's Woodworks. He comes out to the races. He actually did the hardwood floors in my house. Um, I reached out to him, say, hey, would you like? It's reaching out to people that you know, and then some people that you don't know, they get you ask somebody else and they say I can't do it, but I have somebody else that may be interested in doing it, and that plays a big part because there's 2,500 on top of small tire. Um, I put a majority of the sponsors onto small tire because small tire comes strong. I feel that they deserve to get a big payout. Big tire, I think it's going to be, I don't want to say it, but I think it's going to be a guaranteed $1,000 on top of the pot. Um, we have 500 right now, and I think there's one more sponsor that's going to put 500 more. Um, the bike class, I'm going to match the street bike class as payout, and then Rick's Custom Cycles jumped on board and matched another. They put a $500 towards it. So the street bike class is going to be well over $1,000 guaranteed payout. Um, it's a team effort. Everybody makes this what it is. It's not. I see messages and it'll say, "Oh, Mike's doing this or Mike's doing." No, it's everybody. I just so happen to fall into the deal where we got to put this event on, and do it every month. So everybody works their butts off. You guys coming up, you guys keep live feed going all the time and are posting videos, and that's a big part too. You know.
No, I agree, man. It does. It takes all of us, everybody just pitches in a little bit, and it helps everybody. Um, and I enjoy it. And I gotta be honest, I enjoy being on, even though I'm a horrible photographer, admittedly. Uh, I'm okay with that. But I enjoy being on that side of it rather than the headaches that comes with events and all of that. And especially right now in the COVID, the year of 2020, and all the COVID bullcrap. Um, so it's even better. Uh,
Well, that's what I enjoy about when I come down to pacemakers or we go to Marion, uh, even 131 here. It's I and to watch racing as often as I would like to. So the times that I would to watch racing, I'm doing the event now. It's hard to do and take photos. It's really hard when you're doing your own event to do it all. So that's why I do like to venture out and hit all these other races when I can. If it wasn't for COVID, man, I would have been all over the place this year.
yeah, COVID sucks. We've been all over the streets this year. I've been extremely happy about that. Still waiting on somebody from up north to say, "Hey, yo, come up here and see what we got going on." But maybe one day.
it, it it really put a dampener on, like, I got two daughters, so I got one's a teenager, the other one's 9, and there's no, like, last year we lost. They were basically like my parents, but they're my in-laws. Megan's mom and dad both passed away within 4 months. Since my
Ugh,
kids have been born, that was our daycare per se, our child care. They've always watched the girls for us, so it was a huge change. And me working, I've worked full-time jobs since I've been 14. I've never not known to get up in the morning and go to work. So the change that has came from that, I enjoy being at home with the girls. I'm not at home for good. I'm just at home right now. And then COVID happened. Megan works in a hospital, so her coming home, having to go in the back door, go downstairs, right into the shower. It's just been a wild year. Like, I can't wait for this year to be over and a change to come.
you and me both, brother. Troy Hayes, everybody's best friend, wants to know what the weather update is. What's the weather
So
looking
right
like?
right now it's saying I'm using two. I'm using WeatherBug and I'm using the app. I think it's the Weather Channel on the iPhone. I had a 50%, and then I had a 60%, and then I had it after midnight. So typically when I'm watching it and it's that far out, typically it pushes back a day. So I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm looking tomorrow, and the later evening of tomorrow, and I'll watch it even more. And hopefully it pushes it back, you know, till Saturday. Saturday, I know a lot of people got events Saturday. I'm not wishing any rain on them. I hope it happens like split early in the morning if it does, and then it's over with. But I am hoping that it passes over for us Friday. We normally get lucky because we're later in the evening.
Yeah, you guys are like us. It could say it's a 90% chance of rain today, and come race day, it's a 0% chance. Or it could be the
And
opposite. Well, we've had it be the opposite
I,
too. So,
I try to stay extremely positive that it's going to pass and that I know that it's going to pass. But um, it's it's up in the air. I don't know if I can do a reschedule date. They have quite a few events scheduled for Saturday, Sunday, so we'll see how it goes. I'll make the decision to call if it's storming here and shit. I'm not gonna have people come here. It's It's not worth it. It's a waste of everybody's time. But I'm pretty sure that this is going to blow over to the following day.
Yeah. So wait till Friday morning or afternoon. Follow the page. I'm sure Mike will update everybody on the weather.
Yeah, I'll post. If you're not following Detroit Hood TV, go follow Detroit Hood TV. You're on my personal page. Um, I'll update on the personal page, and I'm sure I'm gonna get a million messages and a million texts, phone calls asking what is going on. If I don't get back to everybody, just look for that. You know, but I try to, and that's a big part too. Is I try to with racers. I stay in contact with them through Messenger. I talk to racers throughout the week. Other promoters. It's dude, it's an overwhelming feeling especially when you're getting really close to a race. I get like a little kid does the day before he's going to Cedar Point. Your parents tell you we're going to Cedar Point this weekend, so Friday night you get butterflies in your stomach. All right, what's going to happen? You're trying to get everything ready. Um, that's the feeling I get. I don't know how you guys get or anybody else gets, but it's an overwhelming feeling. Um, but I guess I like it
Yeah.
because I keep doing it.
Nope, I agree. Anxiety like a mofo, man. You just want to make sure every T is crossed, every I is dot, and you want everything to be as good as it possibly can be for the racers, the spectators, the sponsors. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and there's a lot to orchestrate with your team, like you were saying earlier. But in the middle of that, you have 500 people sending you the same message because they've never checked your page. And I'll just put that out there from personal experience. I won't say we'll pretend like Mike's not on this live feed. I'll just make this my statement, but it could apply to Mike. When nobody checks the page that you made the posts on, but they all send you messages, that distracts. And it gets stressful and a little bit annoying because you've posted it 5 times on all 5 of your pages, but people don't bother to look. Hint, hint.
Yeah,
But
I it it does get and then it'll be like someone will send you a message as you just got to the track, you're getting everything set up, and then they get to the track and they're like, I sent you a message, and you're like, "My- I got Sprint, I got the shittiest service out of phones you could possibly have. So when I get to the back end of Milan, my shit does not work at all. There's no
right.
service. Um, So I'll get messages 3 hours later, like Matt's calling me and messaging me like, hey, I'm probably going to be an hour late of getting there, not an hour late into the event, but just an hour late from when he said he was going to get there. And I'm out there. I don't get the message, So it comes as he's already at the event and shit. So I'm like,
Dude, you're an hour late. Yeah, I texted you. Yeah, that service up there is something else, man. Some days you go up there, it's great. I got Sprint also. Some days I go up there, it's great. Others, nothing. We get 5 miles down the road and it just goes ding, 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 ding.
yeah, I mean, I asked before, I've made a post asking people what is the best like Wi-Fi puck to use or get. I'll pay a monthly service. If I have to pay $100 a month to have great service besides my phone, I'll do that. Um, I ended up adding it on. I'm in my truck right now. The girls are in the house being wild, so I came outside and got my truck. But um, I added the AT&T service in my truck, and it's still. As soon as I get out there, I get no service. Everywhere else, it's flawless. Works perfect.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a little dead zone. Uh, but that's fine too. Honestly, at least for when I go up there, because I'm not paying attention to alerts or my phone. I do enjoy not having service so good up there because then I can interact with everybody and watch the racing and enjoy myself and have fun.
I
Technology.
just wish that I could. I wish that I could get somewhat of some service out there to do a decent live feed. You know, I know a lot of people can't make it out and they want to see some racing or see a particular race that's going on. Most of the time, I take pictures of the shootout list. I can't even post it to the page so everybody can see what the lineup was, and that's really irritating because it's always good for everybody to see the lineup. Or I know a lot of people bet, you know, so if they want to see something, they want to do some PayPal betting, you know, I want to be able to, you know, help that out, but I can't do it. I just don't get the service. I can't even, majority of the time, people are buying shirts. You can't even swipe a credit card because the service is so bad. So
Yeah, yeah.
it,
Oh yeah, Coachy. Thornhill got zero service at all. But I like Thornhill. I like Thornhill too. Uh, I'll tell you, Sprint does make something called the Magic Box, and it's free to get, and it's good for up to 1,000 feet. It's like a service extender. You might look into that. We have that here at the house because we kind of live just outside of the city and had shitty service, and it helped out a lot.
I'm
Uh,
like 10 minutes from Detroit. Like we should have the fucking, there's got to be a whole bunch of towers downtown, you know? It,
yeah,
I, my service just fucking sucks.
yeah. Get that Magic Box, bro. I'm telling you, it's free. Just call them and tell them you need it. They'll send it out. It'll cure all your problems. I got banging service now that we got that. But so what time's gates for racers and spectators?
Gate Friday, gates will open at 5. Um, Gates open at 5 for spectators and racers. Um, 6:45 is drivers meeting. We're we gotta stick to 6:45 drivers meeting, and we're on the track like 7 o'clock. You know, 7 o'clock, 7:10. Um, I was thinking of sending Ryan Perry and them that run the bike shootout, both bike shootouts, and Brian. I was thinking of having them go down first, but I like sticking to small tire. Nothing has touched the surface until the small tire goes down because the small tire is so big. So I think we're still going to stick to small tire, heads down first. Um, so 6:45 drivers meeting at the Detroit Hood TV tent, and then we'll be on the track at 7 o'clock. So prefer it, the gates open at 5. You have plenty of time to take your car in and get your car ready to be pulled to the staging lanes at 7 o'clock. You know, I want to start sending cars down. I want them fired up at 7 o'clock going down. I know it's easier said than done because it never works out that way, but um,
But you got to have a plan either way.
yeah, that's our plan, you know. And the owners of Milan, you know, I got a message the other day. Hey, can you make sure that you go down at 7 o'clock? And you know, my that is my plan to start at 7 o'clock. You know, there is neighbors around there. If we don't have to run into the, I mean, we normally go to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, anyways. But sometimes we went to 3, 4. But lately, we've been able to end early and get everything in and out and done. The shootouts have ran smooth. You get that done, then it allows for a lot more grudge racing and testing afterwards. You know, we've been given about a half an hour, 45 minutes of lanes just to pack full of cars to go down the surface and try it. So, you know, you got some guys that got fresh builds and they don't want to go down next to another car because the safety for them and the driver next to them. So they wait to the end of the night and they get 3 passes in, 4 passes in, just testing the cars out, which is pretty cool.
Which is good. Sherm wants to know if he can get a test pass before everybody else to make sure it's safe.
No, he definitely cannot get a test pass.
and and don't show up the night before either, Sherm, and make test passes.
I heard that. Was that for the dig or die thing? Um,
Yeah,
the just
yeah. Apparently, somebody was trying to get some test passes in a couple weeks ago, and the track owner wasn't aware that that was a no-no, and the guy did a rental. Looked like he made about, by the marks, looked like he made a half a dozen hits or so. But they never said who it was, but they banned him from the event. Uh, anyhow, and
yeah,
that
yeah.
surface was
That's
like the brawl.
if the owner doesn't.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, if the owner didn't know, that's it happens. With us, we had street outlaw testing, which was all big tire cars. They rented the back end of Milan to test to go to street outlaws, and I'm getting messages. You're letting people test out there. No, it's not me. I don't own the property. I just use it as a venue. So
Right.
um, and I don't downplay that because I want Detroit to get as much testing as they possibly can because I want to see them go far, in whatever event that they're doing. But um, if it was a group of small tire guys that went out there and rented the back end of Milan, I wouldn't even let them in the shootout. You know, um, so it it happens, but it's something you gotta try to watch out for.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can, again, we're visitors at the tracks. We don't got any control over that. And the owner came out and talked about it. He said the guy paid him $2,000 to rent it for the day to do that. And uh, honestly, especially in this day and age, I can't begrudge any track owner that because money's tight everywhere.
Right.
So, of course, but it's all done and over with. And like I said, that surface is like going to the brawl. It didn't matter anyways. Everybody burnt the tires off at the same rate the whole first round. So it's just it's that little pea gravel asphalt where the
Asphalt.
stones are all up past the asphalt, and they're all polished glass. There's nothing they were doing.
I was
Speaking
just
of,
watching a video that Matt put up, and someone did a burnout past the starting line, and then I watched the other guy do a burnout, and he did a small burnout, stopped at the starting line. Um, they wiped off his tires. It seems like as they were I was paying attention how they wiped off the tires. Like you can kind of tell if there's a lot of rocks on there, someone's going crazy trying to wipe it off. There wasn't many rocks stuck to the tires, but he went down. It wasn't a fast pass. By all means, it was slow as hell, but he went straight down. No tire smoke, and you can definitely tell that it was a surface where the asphalt was letting the little pebbles come up.
yeah, I got plenty of those little pebbles all weekend. Yeah, they're definitely it's definitely but I mean that's what everybody wants. But yeah, it was definitely a horrible service or surface. Speaking of badass Michigan guys, what's up, Jasper? I'm assuming Jasper will be there. Although I gotta say, the car does look better, but I miss the black doors.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I know
he
paint
was just
because it's sexy now. It is sexy now, Jasper. But I miss the black doors. Just throwing that out there.
he was just out. He just posted a video of him testing car. I think it was like a slow mo video, but car looks pretty good. He normally does pretty good. These guys that go test and do their homework, they typically do good. You know.
Oh, Jasper's one of them. I got a video. They were just Jasper was down here not too long ago on the little 30 car street thing, and I got some awesome footage of him uh, show up to a surface he never been on before and did really well. Um, he said his kid keeps telling him the same thing. Maybe Maybe we go start a GoFundMe for some black wrap material and get those doors straightened back out. But yeah, Jasper showed up, and hey, talk about pitching in at the end of the night. Dragon ass tired. We're loading up and we're wandering around picking stuff up a little bit. And Jasper and his guys are out there on the street with a bag, grabbing trash, and helping make sure that everything was the same or better than when we started. And I'll tell you, Jasper, you definitely got a lot of respect from me that day, man. You guys are awesome for that, because everybody always leaves shit. I mean, this guy's they're walking 10, 15 feet in the cornfield, in the corn, where people have been chucking trash like assholes. And they're out there sniffing it out, man, getting every last piece they could, man. And that was awesome. I appreciate it. I know that everybody else there, the guys that put it on, appreciate it, because usually the ones staying behind cleaning it up. So Jasper, you guys are A-okay. Si, we know you don't do homework. I got lots of things I could say about Si, but I'm not going to say that on the live feed. I'll see you Friday, you little fucker.
Man, the other day we took off, and besides the event, the girls and Megan, they wanted to go to some cave in Ohio, and I stayed up. I didn't even sleep from the night before. I was up for like 35 hours.
Oh,
We drove to Hocking Hills Cave.
oh yeah, man. Old
Bro, that
man's
is the
cave,
longest.
Hocking Hills. Yeah.
I told her I hate driving through Ohio. It is just so fucking long. And then I'm like, you pick somewhere to go, and then you pick the fucking longest state to drive through, man. It's just so long. And then from the pictures, it was cool, but from the pictures, there was like waterfalls and stuff. We got there, and it was just so dry out. There was no water running through the falls. And I'm like, we walked around for, I don't know, an hour or so. We went, hit the one cave and then the other one. And my kids are like, we're ready to go. Can we just go to a food place?
Just what was that? 4.5, 5 hours for you?
Yeah, it was
One
a 4.5 hour ride, and I was just like, God damn. And then we went to some other place. I don't know what it was called, some food place, which was like an hour away, but it was like a market, just tons of different food inside there, which was pretty cool. Like I got like Indian food, my daughter got Thai food, Megan got barbecue, so that was pretty cool. But I started driving back from there, and I just started falling asleep, so I had to let Megan drive, and letting her drive and me sitting in the passenger seat, I still can't like fall totally asleep. And then I wake up, and periodically I'm telling her to slow down or hit the brakes early. I can't ride passenger in anything, so
Me either. Me either. It's just, yeah, it is what it is. But we got bike class. Engel, you coming up for the? You gonna bring yours up Friday? Did you get yours back together? Engel's got a Harley. He wants to race.
yeah, that's a pretty impressive bike.
He was just up there. If he'd learn how to ride it, you're supposed to keep both wheels on the freaking pavement. This guy, I don't know if he doesn't know how to ride or if he was just being a show off. I got some pretty cool pictures sent to me.
Man, I really like that bike. I like the old paint scheme of that bike. I like that teal, and that bike's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. So Josh is a good dude, man. Yeah, everybody named Josh is a good dude. Just throwing it up there. So yeah, all right, everybody. Well, there's the basics. those you don't get that haven't met Mike or anything, it's good that he came on and introduced himself to you and told you a little bit about his race, and hopefully you guys will follow us up there. We'll be up there probably close to 5 or 6. I don't get off till 2:30. We yeah, wheelies are not fast. I hate them. I think I saw something other than just a wheelie too. we won't talk about that.
Yeah, so
Hey,
I'll have weather updates. I'll post them up, tomorrow night, closer to the event. Anybody that's coming up, we do get it's a lot of out of state people, so there are hotels in the area. Um, you can stay the night at the track. Um, you know, you're not setting up a big campsite or anything like that. But if you're in a motorhome or whatever you're in, you can stay the night. Um, like your guys, the Red Monty, Rusty Hood, and them guys. I think they stayed the night and then they headed out to Marion the following day. That is an option. Um, Hotels are 10 minutes down the road. Matt always stays at the hotel. So
yeah, we
gates open
well, last time was Magnolia was
at
after,
Magnolia.
which is the same this weekend, and most everybody from Ohio that I know that's going to uh, Detroit is on Friday is going to Magnolia on Saturday, and I tried to talk you into going last time, and I'm gonna do it again because that was a badass race. Um,
Well, I I think I will be free on Saturday. I think if I'm free on Saturday, I don't mind hopping in the car and heading down. It's always fun if you got more people with you or the guys come with me and
oh yeah,
film. But I, if Megan's down to go and my brother will watch the kids, I'm open, or his wife. So
Megan slash brother's wife, hook Mike up. It'll be a good time. Yeah, they got it was a great race. They got some good food out there, and yeah, we drove as I drove as long as I could, which I made it to Toledo, and I remember I can't remember the exit number, but man, I had some of the best breakfast food I've ever had in that little place, and that's my game plan again. Um, so we're gonna do the same thing. Chris is on here now. Really, Chris, I meant to call you, but this power outage thing, because I was going to try and split this up between you and Mike so we could talk about No Prep Mania on Saturday too, but weather kind of screwed us. But definitely talking about, you know what, man? Look, everybody's been hanging on. Maybe Chris can come on for a few minutes. Let me see if I'm smart enough. We'll wrap Mike up and bring Chris on for a few minutes if he has a few minutes. But
yeah, you guys, gates open at 5. On drivers meeting at 6:45. On track by 7. We'll run till we finish. Updates will be on the page. We're going to continue to post little clips and videos throughout this week of the last PYOP. Um, but it's going down Friday, August 28th.
yeah, hey, definitely come Magnolia because also you see that camera I bought. I have no fucking clue how to use it, so
Yeah,
I need you
yeah,
and
that
I need you to school me.
I'm a big firm believer of Sony. I love Sony. So
I do great with the video portion of it, uh, but the pictures I just suck. I just flat out I suck. I know lots of great photographers though, so I'm hoping that somebody can between all you guys you can help me get halfway decent. I just need to be able
yeah,
to lie. I don't need to be great. I just need to be able to lie a little bit and say I do halfway decent pictures.
you need to live with that thing in your hand. when you go out, I used to take mine everywhere with me. We go out to eat. I had the camera with me, just snapping everything. I like a lot of street photography stuff that people don't see, just my personal stuff. But I I go practice by myself or take the kids out somewhere and we go shooting.
Yeah, I literally got it Thursday, 2 hours before leaving for Rockingham. So I'm down there like,
Have you uploaded any files yet?
yeah. I got some great video. I got some decent pictures, a few decent ones. I probably took several hundred pictures and probably have like four that are good or hash slash decent, but
Did did you
it's
record in 4K?
no, just HD right now.
Yeah. If
Uh,
you record in 4K, you're it's gonna fill any memory card you got up or the hard drive. Your external. I filled externals get filled so fast.
yeah, just doing HD for now. Uh, because of the lens that I bought. It's not a full frame lens, uh, so I can't
Gotcha.
shoot 4K. I didn't know. What do you do, Brian? You're pretty late, buddy, but it's all right because we are too. So Friday gates open at 5. That's the main thing you need to know. Racing's going to
Be
start
there.
at 7. Uh, so come on, we'll all be there waiting on you. Racing won't start until Brian Murphy shows up. Do you want to live with that? I mean, seriously, think about that. Do you want to be the guy that stopped PYOP in Detroit? Some of those Detroit guys are pretty serious, man. I got so I'm gonna try to bring Mike. We appreciate you coming on, buddy. I'm gonna try to bring Chris on here for a few minutes so we can talk about Magnolia, and we'll see you Friday, brother.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, man. So let's see. I got I got I got you, Chris, but I don't got any video.
Why? Oh, I hear you. I see you.
I got some audio. I just got a green screen of you.
What the heck? That's weird.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do a few things, and usually I'll prep people and help them get through the how to work with this program. But you're just gonna be a green screen today, brother, because we don't,
Hold on. Let me do something real quick.
sometimes you might have to download the actual app to get on there. So let's see. Oh, there he is. Yeah, Brian, we're leaving, buddy. We'll be leaving for Detroit probably like 3 o'clock Friday, man. Busting ass to get up there. Then we'll stay up there somewhere in Toledo.
What's up?
And we're gonna roll over Saturday morning over to this guy's and his crew's badass race. So you can also see badass races on Friday and Saturday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's going to be a good time. Hopefully, the weather, as Mike was saying, is going to cooperate with us, and this dreaded hurricane stays away.
Yeah. I live in a land of denial, and I don't speak of such things until 5 minutes before I'm getting in the car. And sometimes I still drive.
Right.
Sometimes all hell's going to break loose and the world's going to come to an end, but you get there and the race still happens. So
Yeah, exactly. No, it should be a good weekend between Detroit Hood TV doing their Friday night deal. then everybody coming down to Magnolia on Saturday to do the big final race of the year, the banger, as we call it, I guess you should say.
So tell everybody watching about the race. We only got a few people left with us now live, but usually it's crazy how many people will watch this throughout the rest of the week.
Yep.
So you will get your information out there.
Nice. So we got No Prep Mania 4.5, the final, presented by Big 3 Racing on Saturday, August 29th at Tad Jim's Dragway of Magnolia in Magnolia, Ohio. Magnolia is about 20 minutes south of Canton. So if you have an idea where Canton, Ohio is, it's just below that. This is our banger for the year. This will be our second event of the year. Normally we only do one. We decided we're going to do two this year. Working with the track and doing some taking over the track this year, as you would say. So we decided to do a banger this year. The feature is going to be a 32 car, $10,000 shootout, and I have 32 cars in that field, locked in, ready to go. And then also I have my 16 car big tire shootout, which will be for $5,000, which is also full, on top of hard tire class and a modern muscle class. Both, we get 16 cars in each class. It'll be an $1,800 payout for whoever wins each one of those classes.
Holy smokes! I think that's I don't think anybody's done bigger payouts in Ohio for No Prep.
Yeah, no, that's the whole reason why we wanted this was going to be the biggest one we did. Like, June was a pretty big event. We had a lot of spectators. We didn't really have a whole lot of racers at that one. I mean, we did pretty good for the circumstances. For this year has been kind of, with COVID and everything and affecting a lot of people's livelihoods. It's taking its toll on people, and we didn't expect to have a whole lot of people. We had quite a bit of people, more than we anticipated. So,
Yeah, no, that was awesome. We had a great time. Everybody there did, and some damn good racing. I can't wait to do it all over again.
Yep. And like I said, I think I have my schedule up. It's gates open at 12 for racers. Anytime after 12, come on in. I made spectators come about 5 o'clock. We obviously are starting later in the evening than we did last year. So I don't want spectators showing up at 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon and be like, oh, where's the racing at? And like, well, if you listen to me, spectators need to come later.
Were you on about 20 minutes ago?
I was because I literally was going word for word with you on what you were saying about how you don't read. I mean, it's I understand it. People don't understand that, but it's hard, especially when you take a lot of time to like build everything in an event you put on there, and then you have somebody ask that question. You're just like, did I just waste my time writing this out because you did not read this? But it's fine. It's whatever.
It comes with it.
Yeah. So yeah, I told spectators start coming in about 5 o'clock. Our driver's meeting is going to be at 6. And we're going to do first round pairings and stuff like that there. We're not drawing at night like we did last year. We're going to draw at the track. So whoever it is you draw, you're going to be racing. And in case somebody does bail out at the last minute, if you're wanting to race in either one of those classes, show up. Because if I get one person or 2 person or 3 person, whatever, if they don't show up to the driver's meeting, you're in. So I don't want any buys. We don't want any buys on any of the runs. I want a racer to fill those spots. So if you're thinking about coming, do it.
And I'm assuming even if they can't get in the class, they can still grudge race, test and tune.
Yep, absolutely. So we're going to run test and tune between each round. And we can run that, as far as rounds go. I mean, we're a pretty busy night ahead of us, especially with 32 cars in the first class and then 16, and then however many more show up for the other two classes. So, but first round's going to go down at 8 o'clock that night. 8 o'clock, first cars will be going down.
Awesome.
So,
what other questions have I heard? Oh yeah, food truck.
Yes. So I'm bringing back, if you were not there last year, the Beach Bum food truck is probably one of the best food trucks in our area, if not Northeast Ohio. They're known for their tacos, salads. I know they did barbecue a little bit last year or the last time. They're not going to do barbecue this time. I know they're going to do the tacos. And Ashley did post on one of my posts a picture of like what she was going to be making for the food. We're going to have that going with them again. I didn't even have to ask them. They came to me the next day and said, "Hey, we want to be at your race again." I said, "Absolutely, we will do that." Because I've never gotten so many compliments on having food there in our life, and that right there is a saving grace, and they are awesome. So we're going to run our concession stand as well this year. We did not run it this past time just because of all the COVID and the health department and stuff like that. So the track wants to do a concession stand this year. So that will also be open. So you have two choices there for food.
Awesome. So we had Cy asked what tree, so how are you doing the class flashlight start, or using the pro tree, or for people who don't know?
We got to go down and address some issues with the track, as far as the staging and stuff like that, because we had some issues last year with that. So I don't exactly know what we're doing with that. We're gonna stick our same time. I'm sticking with the same rules as we had last year, why did I keep saying last year? In June, be basically staged with the tree, and they'll give me the signal. I'll go back, hit the flashlight. If that changes, obviously we will let everybody know in the driver's meeting as far as that's the case. Jump, you lose; cross, you lose. If both jump, first is worse. And we'll have a guy in the back on the tire crack camera again. If your crew blocks the tire crack camera, in the event there's an issue, you'll lose automatically. So.
Michelle asked about the kettle corn guy.
What would you say? I'm sorry.
Michelle asked about the kettle corn guy.
I'm not 100% on that. I don't know if he is coming or not. I haven't got confirmation on that, and we're trying to keep we had quite a bit of fenders there last year. One we actually kind of had an issue with, so we're trying to keep the issues out, especially with the health department. So I don't know about that. I can't tell you that. even though I should know that, but I don't know that. So
we're just gonna say no, Michelle.
Yeah, we're gonna say no on that.
And if he happens to be there, then.
Yep.
What about fire ants? You guys got fire ants at your events?
No, we just got like pterodactyls and a couple of T-Rexes that come out of the swamp. And I mean, other than that, you're good. I mean, yeah, Michelle don't have to go worry about fire ants there. Everything's fine.
I was gonna say, if you guys got fire ants, I'm definitely gonna leave her home this weekend.
No, you just might have a pterodactyl maybe hit you in the face or something like that. But what can you expect?
No, that's Milan. They've got these pterodactyl freaking mosquitoes that are like this big, and they dive bomb your ass, man. And it doesn't matter how much off you spray on yourself. You probably walk around there on fire, and they'd still dive bomb you.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why we don't do backwards races at Magnolia, because on the other side of the backwards, that's a swamp. So literally, I mean, I don't even know what's in that, and I don't want to find out what's down there because when we did the rap video down there on Friday or on Saturday night, I got ate alive down there, and that was not fun.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
So
So yeah, no, it'll be fun. I'm interested to see that, man. It sounded like I wanted to come check it out until I realized what weekend it was. I'm just gonna come and be a fly on the wall. That sounded like a good time.
yeah, it was a good time. It was a lot of the OG guys came down, a lot of the OG street racers from around here, and then we went to Mexico after that. And then we got rained on. It was a good night.
Those are always the ones you remember, though, right?
Exactly.
So so Detroit Friday, everybody. Magnolia Saturday.
Yep.
I will find out the place in Toledo that has some of the best breakfast food in Ohio, and post.
I'm curious where you went. I'm curious where you went for food.
Bro, I just stumbled across it, man, and it was like
I have a feeling I know where you went.
I gotta. It was just a little mom and pop's place. I gotta dig it up out of my scroll forever because I share a lot of shit, post a lot of shit. Well, I'm gonna post it up for everybody who's going that way. You read it for sure. And it's just right. It's 5. You don't even know. It's probably like 2 minutes off the freeway. Amazing. But yeah, it's gonna be a killer weekend for sure. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yep.
I'll probably come out a little earlier than 5 and talk to everybody and get some good footage in advance.
Yep.
Try and learn how to use this new camera that I totally suck with.
Yep.
But it's badass. I'm just not
That's a job in itself. I mean, I could never. I've always wanted to get into that, and I'm just like, that's a lot of work. I'm good.
It really is. Like, I'm good with the thing on video, but taking the still pictures, and then it doesn't help. Like, badass people like Shanton and Dylan and Duncan, and then Duncan talks shit. So now I kind of want to actually be able to take halfway decent pictures because he's a shit talker.
Right.
There.
Yeah. All them guys are super talented. I mean, Shanton's amazing. Dylan, Josh, Jeff, all them guys. I mean, they take great pictures and they speak volumes for an event. That's the biggest thing. Like, you want to hear, like, you could literally hear an event through pictures. That's how they do it.
Yeah, they're great. They're all great in their own. They all have their own little niche as to what they, in style, and they all kill it for sure.
Yep.
So, all right, everybody. I think that about does it. Anything that either of the events post, I always share. I'll keep everybody updated on everything as well. But again, follow the pages for the latest updates. If you got questions about weather or anything, if there is rain, do you guys have a rain date set or in mind?
I mean, we don't, but we pretty much have free reign over the entire track from Monday to Saturday, so we could literally spur off this event like within a reasonable amount of time, as long as it's not contradicting anybody else's events, obviously. But yeah, we're going to keep an eye on the weather. I think when I looked earlier today, it was about 60% chance. And what sucks is it went from 0 to 60% in like a day, and I'm just like, really? Come on now. And but keep up on the page No Prep Mania on Facebook. The event's No Prep Mania 4.5, the final, presented by Big 3 Racing. I'll be posting on both pages. If anything occurs, anything happens as far as the weather, if we have any concerns or anything like that. If you want to know information, all the information's on there in the event description as far as the program we're going to run. And if everything goes well, we're going to have an awesome night in Magnolia, and hope to see you there.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on short notice, but a lot of valuable information for everybody. We'll have a good time. We'll see you Saturday.
All right, guys. See you later.
All right, everyone. This one was longer than normal. Appreciate everybody sticking around. Hopefully you got a lot of good information. Got to meet Chris and Mike, those of you who don't know them or don't know them that well, and learn about them and their events a little bit more. And hey, get your plans made, get your bags packed, get your tires aired up, and get your butt to Detroit and Magnolia this weekend. We love and appreciate all you guys, and we'll see you then. Thanks.